Salutations, dear viewers, and welcome back to Let's Play Classic Doom. I am INTJ-Nexon of the Vast Nexus, and we're in for an interesting ride. We are on the third episode of the original Doom's campaign, Inferno, and we're just getting our start in this video series. More to come in a moment. Here we are. So, this is technically my second attempt at recording. Problems originated with my first attempt, and they weren't capture problems of the sort. My microphone was muted, and an hour's worth of Let's Play footage was effectively lost to the ether. All the more motivation for me to find some way of recording my audio separately, and getting proper compiler software so I can then mix my recorded audio with video, instead of having to record the two of them together as I'm doing at present. However, in light of an attempt to keep to my release schedule, I am recording this still using the same equipment. This time my voice should be captured, so we should be good. But I spent an hour grinding late at night for a video that no one is ever going to see, and even fewer are going to hear because there was no recorded audio. If I seem a bit sour about that, there's nothing quite like investing a fair amount of time and your life in something only to have it blow up in your face. And shotgun. Perhaps I can be more conscientious with my ammunition this time around. Now, is there anything special over there? I think that just leads back up to the thing. One moment. Oh, yep. That just leads back up. Alright, so I am looking forward to Doom Eternal. I have, at this time of recording, not yet purchased it. I've decided to hold on to that until I'm actually there in the Doom playthrough, and that might take a bit longer, because I don't intend to just run through this solid, like go from Doom straight into Doom 2. I have other Let's Plays that I'd like to start in the middle, and if I was going to sort of stick it out with one intellectual property, then I might as well have just moved on to Resident Evil 2 after finishing Resident Evil 3. But here we are, playing Doom, varying it up. I'm also going to be hitting other genres. I mean, this is all something that could have been posted in a forum on social media, but I've already elaborated that social media is not really my bag, so, I mean, besides, fundamentally, it's not as if I have a large viewer base to begin with. That could always change. In fact, the goal is to try and get that to change, but in the meantime, my priority is just playing the games, creating the content, throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, you know? Now, as per usual, this episode will comprise the first 3 episodes of this mission. Or should I say the first 3 missions of this episode? I got that backwards. Now, my first run through here was a bit clumsy. I was tired, it was late, and of course, as I have reiterated, it has been a while since I've played Doom proper. So I'm not entirely familiar with where everything is anymore. Ammunition proved to be a concern through virtually the entirety of this. And I have no reason to suspect that's not going to continue to be the case. We certainly need to avoid running out completely, because going up against pinkies and lost souls with pistol rounds is just bad for your health. Alright. Ow. And I remember that it took a long time before I got a chainsaw in this, which is unfortunate. That would provide me with the melee alternative that I need. Well, we were able to provoke them into attacking him, but they are By far the more durable opponent. Ow. Alright, so that's dealt with. Well, I'm probably going to have the cut right before I make the statement, but I'm going to do a bit of editing already because I did the stupid thing and hit the map button while I was holding shift again, and I opened my Steam thing bar. I've been endeavoring to avoid that. It's just more editing and more work on my end that I could avoid altogether. I mean, future videos will feature probably more editing, cut out more of the fluff and filler, and just give you the highlights, but again, proper compiler software and stuff like that would definitely make that easier and less time-consuming, and by extension more desirable on my end to do. It'll probably especially become a greater point of focus if I start hitting any sort of posted content ceiling. You know, an airtime limit or what have you. Now, what can I talk about? I'm still sort of hung up on the fact that I ended up, like, wasting a whole recording session. That soured my grapes. Granted, I didn't actually do what I'd done in previous recording sessions. I had only done the first 6 episodes of this particular campaign. So I wasn't out 2 hours of my life. I suppose that's a plus. But yeah, if energy seems down, that's why. Because I've been here, I've done this, and it's just aggravating for me to have to do it again. I considered post-commentary, putting together, you know, some compiler software so that I could actually pull that off. I didn't opt out of that on the grounds of laziness. I opted out of that on the grounds of it's a Let's Play, and the format fundamentally requires dynamic in-game commentary, because my theory of Let's Plays from back in the day was that fundamentally trying to play a game and, you know, maintain a monologue at the same time shuts off certain cognitive filters, and you end up with this very stream of consciousness type of experience. If I was doing post-commentary, you wouldn't get that. Although, as an interesting bit of backstory, my whole Let's Play format was originally going to solely involve post-commentary on the grounds that it would allow me to focus on a game and deliver good gameplay footage while at the same time delivering top-quality, orchestrated commentary. Well, we're not there. We're just running Let's Plays. If that doesn't work, we'll try something else, because... Oh. Spectres. Tackling this in a slightly modified order than the one I did before. Now, where's that arrow? Hit that plasma, we're gonna need it. Doom Guy smiles, or grins menacingly. He got what he wanted. Now let's mark this map location. My thoughts on Doom. This is a classic game. It is amazing what John Carmack was able to accomplish given the technical limitations of the day in which Doom emerged on the scene. And I still believe that this game holds up today, despite the perhaps opposed opinions of others. It's a good thing the weapon auto switch doesn't take you straight to the rocket launcher, because if you're in a pinch at close range, that would be just horrible. That would be bad. Oh. Thought one was missing. And... spray him! There's our exit. We don't want that just yet. We want to scavenge for more of the good stuff. So, To speak on a common error that I've been having during this recording session is shift is run. There's no auto run in this, which is unfortunate. I can understand why the original title may have lacked that convenience feature, but my point is that this was an add-on to Doom 3 BFG Edition. Times have changed, people had certain wants, the source ports incorporated an auto-run feature. Why is it that I still have to hold down shift if I want to run? Now shift-tab opens up my whole Steam thing, and that is a whole other problem. And I have to edit that out because it contains, you know, personal information, yada yada yada. I did not go in here. Maybe I should have saved the Mega Armor. Besides, every time I have to edit, it increases the production quality because of more work hours. Not that anybody will either care or appreciate that inclusion, but I make it regardless. Yeah, this is not going to be a fun episode for me. It's probably going to be not a fun episode for you, the viewing audience, because everything that I sort of wanted to say when this started has already been said, and I'm just trying to, like, rehash talking points that I did before in a very sterile manner, because it's been done. It's over. So there, we're a little short on armor, because we got it early, but we got the other stuff. There's a Berserk power-up somewhere. Let's whip out that plasma rifle, because we got some decent ammunition. And it's good to start an unknown next area with an automatic weapon of some description. Missed a secret. Pandemonium. Yes, this was the one that I made several mistakes on. Upshot of having to do this over again, I get to retry those ones that I made stupid mistakes on. Of course, I've already opened that map thing, so I've already made a stupid mistake for this recording session. Oh, well, as I'm always fond of saying, if you came for profoundly intellectual or enlightening content, you probably came to the wrong place. This is me looking like an idiot for quite some time, and talking about it, and often narrating exactly what I'm doing instead of just doing it. I don't know, perhaps I'm just ill-suited to this particular content creation format. That's a Pinky. Or, that's a Spectre. Now it's a dead Spectre. Give me my rocket launcher. That's not my rocket launcher. Just pop. Just pop. Please. Sugar on top. There we go. And shotgun, and shotgun. Yes, weapons deal variable damage in this game, a holdover from the game's RPG inspirations. So sometimes a shotgun will one-shot at a creature, and other times it won't, because the dice roll just happened to not favor you that time around. Now listen to that classic Doom. Get lost, soul. Can I get my rocket launcher out? Oh, what? Uh-oh. Gotta make sure I can backpedal. This is the ultra-violence difficulty, so don't be ashamed if you need to get some distance from the hordes of hell. Okay, that didn't open again. Weird. Oh, I have to interact with it directly. And got some ammo. Definitely could use some ammo. Save you for later. So ammunition right now is a point of priority. There's some shotgun shells. We just aggroed a lot of something. I heard the distinct sound of a cacodemon being a cacodemon. Oh, yep. Whoa. Flanking maneuvers, huh? Is that how we're gonna play this? And that hit me because... level geometry. My ancient nemesis, level geometry. And if I had a nickel for every time I got stuck on some weird corner in a classic video game, yeah, I'd be rich. Oh, listen to that Doom theme. Listen to that digital guitar. I'm not even being sarcastic. I don't care if it's a little grainy. What do you expect from something this early in the video game life cycle? Got some decent pistol ammo. These guys are sponging a lot. Yep, you guys just attack each other, okay? Do I have enough ammunition to... Nope. Ooh. Oh, I must be out of everything else if it went for the rockets. That's very not good. Okay, need more ammo. There we go. Alright. Hup. More ammo. Not much, though. Yes, this was the final episode of the original Doom. The episode that comes after this, Thy Flesh Consumed as a bonus for the ultimate Doom. Okay, I'd like the BFG before I tackle that, or something. They're gonna nibble my giblets, and it's not gonna be fun. So, I almost pressed the map again while I'm holding shift, because I'm a dopey dope. Alright, so let's go into these. What do we have here? Shotgun! It's not gonna do much for me. The pickup only gives me 8 rounds. Uh-oh. Alright, well, we're getting the BFG. First we grab the invulnerability, because we're going into a very nasty place to be. I just grab a supercharge. Bit ahead of schedule, but no choice. I'm still contemplating whether or not Doom 64 will be included in this series of Let's Plays, because I don't really feel the connection with Doom 64. I understand that it is part of the greater Doom pantheon. Even so... Okay, how do I leave? Okay, well that leads up there. So... do I leave? Ah, there we are. Doom 64 was considered a interesting Doom experience because the usage of the N64's control stick, I don't think it was an actual analog stick, but I might be mistaken, was a step towards the dual stick controls that we use today, which are just now considered the norm. One controls your visual field of view, the other one controls your movement. I mean, everything seems so obvious and intuitive in hindsight, but somebody had to stumble, probably for years, before figuring it out. So, be careful before you start wagging fingers. And I'll be able to not screw this one up this time. I thought the one in front of me was going to drop down. Instead, it's the one behind. That's hurting me. Lost soul! Well, he just didn't attack me at all. Perhaps I'm the villain in this scenario. I mean, I doubt it. We're slaying demons in hell. I mean... when you cut the demons, do they not bleed? Sure, but they're demons. And when it comes to cutting, nobody cuts like a demon. Alright, there's more shotgun shells. So I think I've cleared this whole place out, except for the very end. And that area that I probably should get to. Now, where'd that lost soul go that was just floating around? Yeah, you get a little bit of knockback when you hit them with the weapon, and it can knock them just out of range where they can't bite you anymore. It's like, hey, works for me. Like, I think when people think of classic Doom music, the song that always comes in their heads was the one that was used for E1M1, the Hanger, but this is a variation of that. You can hear the primary rhythm under that, like, guitar riff. I say guitar, but it's clearly digitized. Alright, so our health is not great, but we have armor, maxed out, everything else has been looted. And this is it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy. The play session shall continue, the next video shall be done, and I hope I'll see you all then. Fare thee well.